Hey guys, Phil here at Woods Tree Farm. We are just wrapping up day 2 of tree sales. It's actually day 2.5 because we were open for part of Sunday last weekend. But this weekend, Black Friday and Saturday, this is hopefully, we're hoping one of our biggest sales weekends. We still have a lot of trees here. I'll walk you through the inventory and show you what we have left. I think we're just under halfway sold, and I'll show you a couple of things that I've learned about selling trees this way so far. Well, there's one of our piles of inventory. The color-coded stumps makes it really easy to keep track of what we have. So the red and the yellow ones are our least expensive trees. We have a lot of those, or I guess we could say they're our least expensive firs. And then over here we've got a few others. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 trees here in this pile. Some reds, some blues. The blues are slightly bigger. All right, in this pile here there's 23. In the other pile there's 14. So between our 2 piles of trees, we have 37 trees sitting off to the side in inventory. And then out here on the lot, we have about 45 trees on display. So that means we are just under half, like I had thought, halfway through our inventory. So we'll be open again tomorrow, weather permitting. They're calling for some rain overnight tonight and early tomorrow. And if that continues in the afternoon, we might not get a chance to open, but we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. We're hoping that we can open, and then we can sell some more trees, and then we'll be open again next weekend. Hudson just got the open sign from the entrance. We are officially closed today, ready to wrap it up. So, all right, walking through our tree lot, I can show you I actually have 3 or 4 open holes here. There's a tree that fell over, and I'll need to come back in the morning and fill in these open holes. But we are looking good out here. Everything for the most part, especially since it hasn't been windy. We haven't had any trouble with trees falling over, but that is one thing. You'll see like this tree here, for example, actually is on a larger pole, larger than it needs. One thing that I learned in doing this so far is that the right height is just like these ones right here. On me, it's a little below waist height. I'll have to measure that and see how far it is, but it's about 2.5 feet. It's about desk height, so that's probably about 28 to 30 inches. That seems to be about the right height for standing most of these trees up. Some trees, just the way that their branches are and the way that they're weighted, we have to tie them to these poles. So the other thing we learned about our tree lot is that we are a little bit far from the parking area. It's farther than anyone really wants to carry their trees. And I was carrying trees all day yesterday and just got exhausted. So I ended up hooking my little utility trailer up to my truck, and I was carting people's trees up to their cars and helping them tie it. And I really don't mind doing that, but that's definitely one thing that I've learned. The way our property is situated, there's not really any way for us to get our tree lot closer to the parking lot. So that's just going to be something that we're going to have to deal with over time. We'll probably have to get, and I've been looking at getting maybe a 4-wheeler or a UTV of some sort that we can hook the little trailer up to and just cart back and forth. But as we grow and we're doing more sales volume, that's going to be something that's going to be a bit of a concern, and it'll be something that we'll have to kind of keep up with in order to provide a good experience. Another thing we learned here is that pretty much everybody wants their tree prepared for the tree stand. So offering to cut off the lower branches has been really good, providing good service there. And that obviously gives us extra supplies to make wreaths and stuff with, so that's been fine as well. I was actually expecting, maybe just because I always prepared our own trees, and I know it's rainy and there's rain on the lens, that drives me crazy. Is that any better? It's not. I know it's not. The other thing we learned about the tree lot here is that when the trees were supplied to us, and I don't know how much this varies from one supplier to another, but there's a pretty big inconsistency in how the trees are tagged. So we're finding ourselves going back through the trees after we set them up and kind of reevaluating their sizing and adjusting the price if that's appropriate. We've had, in some cases, 2 trees side by side. They're almost exactly the same size. We were charged different prices from the grower, and we could have easily justified a higher price for the lower cost tree. You know, so a little extra way for us to add to our margins just a little bit by doing that. It's more work to kind of go tree by tree and evaluate the size, but I think that's the way to do. And you know, in the long run, I think it's better for customers that way too, because we can just kind of provide consistency in the pricing, and people can kind of come to expect a certain level of quality for a certain price. And you know, it kind of works out hopefully for everybody by doing it that way. We didn't really have anybody question why, you know, 2 trees were different prices when they kind of look the same, fortunately, but we also didn't have that high volume of people coming through here. So that's all that we've learned so far here in 2 days, and hopefully the weather tomorrow afternoon, if we're lucky, will be better than today, and we'll be able to get back out here and sell some more trees. And then of course next weekend, we're only planning on being open Saturdays and Sundays. Next weekend we'll be out here, hopefully the weather cooperates, and we'll be able to move some more of these trees. So if you got any questions about what we're doing out here, leave those in the comments below. If you like my videos, give it a like, I appreciate that. Subscribe to our channel as well. And that's all for today. Wish you guys a very Merry Christmas, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.